So this is the video number 2 about creating basic forms in Kobo Toolbox. First of all, I would like to emphasize you always need to have a paper form as well, just in case your mobile gets stolen or it has no battery or something happens. You always have to have a backup paper form. So it's not a step that you can avoid. You first draft your paper formula in Excel or Word or whatever you like, and then you transform it into a digital one. For me, I always like to have numbering as well. So like we would have question one, question two, A, B, C. So you can have sub numbering according to your groups, according to what type of information you are collecting. So if it's like group one is general data, group two is water, group 3 sanitation, and then you have 3.1, 3.2, 3.2.2 if you have sub questions. But it's always useful to have some sort of numbering. So then it's very easy to refer to a question. So just if you want to have the question 2.3, it's very simple to know. Whereas if you want to know like the question what type of soap do you use, then you have to scroll up and down always. So very important that. Then what we do to create a new formula, once we have entered into Kobo Collect, we Kobo Toolbox, we're going to new. It will ask us to create a new project or upload. Upload, we're going to forget for now, but we're going to create a new project. And then it will tell us to write the project name, and it will be test for the tutorial, and then short description. Here you can describe the what you are going to do. So it's a short test with different questions to show something like that. As a rule here, for example, for project name, what I usually do is first I write 3 letters of the country. So Cameroon, Angola, or whatever you do, South Sudan, something like that. Because then I have a lot of, if you can see here, I have Cameroon, and then we have Asosa. So, do for example Ethiopia, and then if it's a capture bay, cap wash, and then maybe the year 17. Maybe you can type the camp, some kind of system that will teach you, will let you know very easily what are you talking about. Sosa, Ethiopia, Sosa, Cap Wash, 2017. Let's create this, and then the sector you can write or you can decide not to write. Let's write it down, and then help Kobo to improve this product by sharing the sector and country. I think it's all right. I click OK. So now we have an empty form, right? And one of the first things we're going to talk is about metadata, which is here. You can click in this small rule here and then get the start time, click time. Today will tell you what day it has been done. So it comes from here, but it's the same device ID. Each telephone will have like a serial number, and it will give it to you. Username, serial name, and phone number. You can have them, but maybe if we are collecting data offline, not so interesting. So start time and data and end time definitely interesting to know. How long time does your survey take to be done? So then this form is currently empty, and you can add by clicking here one question. So question one, I would write, for example, name of the person, right? And then you click here, add question, and you can choose between many different type of questions. Select one, decimal point, line, area, select many, date, photo, note. For this one, the name of the person, we're going to say this is a select one, for example. So you can select if the person is Iker, if the person is Martin. So you can type here out the name of your enumerators. right? Or you could give them numbers. It could be a number, but they just can choose one. So let's do this. Okay, so this is a select one question, and it comes with a circle here, you see? This means that you can only select one. Now, for example, we can have another type of question that is select multiple. And we do, for example, type of animal you like, right? And you can add, select many, and then you can get a dog, you can get cat, you can get bird, right? And in this one, you see you have a list. This one is just only one dot. This means that you can select multiple, and it's interesting for a lot of questions. Another question, for example, question number 3, we're going to write. I always keep the number, you see. So we have done select one, select many, text. So this is free text, and it's sometimes more complicated to analyze, but sometimes you will need it. So, for example, they can just write whatever they want, and then free text right there. Okay, and then there is no follow-up here. You cannot write anything because it will pop up a screen where they can just write. And then, for example, number 4, another type of question will be a number. So how many brothers do you have? Right? So I just type here number of brothers and sisters. Right? And in here they will be able to write a number. Another type of question, number 5, will be, for example, decimal. So here, this is a number, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's a entire number, an integer. And this one is decimal, so you can have 0.25. In this one, you cannot have 0.25. In this one, you can. So for example, number, no, income this month. And I say it's in millions, for example, right? Yeah, let's write it like this. Maybe it's a bit misleading, but then you can write 3.5 million or something like this. Or even better, like height in meters, right? And then you can type 1.35, something like that. Oops, sorry, I clicked select one, but this was a mistake. So I will delete this question. You can delete it here. It's good to know. Click, delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. And then I add another more, and then add a question, and it will be not a number, but a decimal, right? Here, for example, it's like another one, number 6 will be date of birth, right? And of course, this is a date. And then it will appear a calendar for people to choose. Number 7, hour. What time do you wake up? And then this, of course, it's a time. So you can write what time do you wake up. As you can see as well, you could have the combine of both of them, date and time. At what time and date were you born, and then it will give you the options. Another one, interesting one, is point. So it's a GPS location. This is very interesting one for us. GPS location, so you can click here, and then it will just ask you to turn on your GPS and start collecting the GPS location. And it will give you the location and also the altitude and the accuracy. And then a photo. It will ask you to, the questionnaire will ask you to take a photo. Take a photo of the latrine, for example. GPS location. So this will be, for example, GPS location of the latrine, and this will be the photo of the latrine. And then we can have number 10. It will be to record an audio. It's similar to photo, but maybe less interesting for us. You can also record videos, maybe not so interesting. Line, maybe we're not going to talk about this, but this would be good to measure distances, I presume. Same with area. It will ask you to point different squares. I never used them so far. They're quite new. Note is just a note. So it's not really a question, but it will pop-up will come and say, read this, for example, as an introduction. So read this to the person interviewed. For example, you can put it as question 0, right? And now we can see that, look, if I just drag and drop, I can move this all the way to the top, right? And it will be my question 0. Read this to the person interviewed. And then you can have like blah, 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 presentation. Hello, my name is Nanana. I work for this organization and we're doing a CAP survey. And then, for example, question number 10, you can have a barcode, you can have acknowledge, ranking, matrix. We're going to forget about these ones because they're not very, very, very super well done yet. But with these questions, we have more than enough to make most of the things we would do in a formulaire. I'm going to stop here and then run another video on this later.